Hello, I'm Debbie Gamolka of Debbie Gamolka Designs. Welcome to the 2009 Historic Wilmington Home Tour. Together with several local builders, most notably Libby Beccarino with Plantation Building Corporation, we've collaborated in the design and preservation to restore the Williams home dating to 1868 to its original grandeur and character at the time of its construction. Actually, several of these rooms were on tour in a stately mansion last year, and so it will be very exciting to see the progress it's made in just 1 year.
Working in concert with the construction crew, restoration and design concepts are vital in maintaining the integrity of the house. Libby Beccarino is our on-site builder.
I'm standing here on the second-story covered porch area. Originally, when we got on site, this was kind of a mishmash of the remains of 7 apartments and some scattered open decks and porches. We needed to demo this whole back area. We reconstructed the first floor porch here underneath me, the addition for the kitchen and keeping room, this second story covered porch, and also above me is a third story open deck.
Blueprint drafts become a reality for future built-in bookshelves. Part of the construction and design is adding and remodeling 4 bathrooms and a turn-of-the-century powder room. Large floor-to-ceiling windows require precise measurements for future draperies. Inlaid wood floors are refurbished and replaced. Plaster walls and trim are restructured. Even the doorknobs and doors are restored to epitomize the period from which they were manufactured. There are 13 original fireplaces in the house, 5 of which will be restored to its original function and design. At the Coastal Cabinet Plant here in Wilmington, custom kitchen cabinets are designed to reflect the past and endure in the future. Every detail from cabinetry to tile selection is meticulously drafted and decided on with the purpose to mirror an historical era gone by. 400-year-old wood dredged from our own Cape Fear River is milled, cut, and assembled to create a dramatic Tuscan ceiling in the kitchen. From the imported Italian tiled floor and mahogany encased glass doors to the reconstructed 18th century rear porches, Williams House, reconstructed and redesigned, will once again live in all of its charm and grandeur.
Recently, we restored a kitchen in the historical district of Wilmington, North Carolina for Heda and Doug Waldrop. And I asked them, what attracted you to Wilmington?
How we ended up in Wilmington, it's a great story. I was in the Army. I had spent over 25 years in the Army, and we were living in Maryland. I was stationed at Walter Reed at the time. And we decided it was time to get out of the Army and settle down. And we originally thought we'd settle in Charleston. That's my home. But there was a great job opportunity here. We traveled down here and just immediately fell in love with Wilmington, and I was interviewing for the job, and Heda would spend most of the time looking for places, where are we going to live? We looked all over in many different neighborhoods here, and it's real interesting how we found this place. We were staying at the Hilton, and I was at work like all day. I came in, it was about like sunset, and Heda was sitting in front of this at the Hilton, and she had a glass of champagne that was waiting there, and I walked in and I was like, Heda, this is what I want. I want to see this view every day I come home.
And I said, well, guess what? Your dreams are going to come true, because we have an appointment tomorrow, and we're going to go look at a condo on the water. And
I couldn't believe it.
So it was the perfect view. It was
perfect. View. Yeah, it was a perfect view. And so we do have that sunset here all the time. Yeah, it's great.
And I asked Heda, what was your inspiration to redesign your kitchen?
This was my inspiration to redo my kitchen. I had these little fish tiles that were the backsplash, followed by waves, and also a little sailboat. And I just thought it just didn't bring it didn't bring me out in the character of this home. So this I keep just to remember, and I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. I met Debbie at Azalea Home Tours, and I walked in this home. It was absolutely beautiful, and I just fell in love with all the details, the kitchen, and I saw Debbie standing there. I didn't realize that she was the designer. And so I asked her, and she goes, oh, well, I'm Debbie Gamolka, and yeah, I designed this kitchen. I thought, you know, I want to get my kitchen done. I have nowhere to go, who to ask, how to get started. So Debbie goes, well, here's my card, and I gave her my number, and she gave me a call, and boy, it was just a perfect match. It was, we just hit it off. She knew exactly, she listened to me and then brought up these wonderful ideas, and you'll see the beautiful copper backsplash, and I just wanted something a little different.
Oh, and the blue pearl granite. So after a brief stroll through the granite display area, Heda changed her mind.
Well, I thought I was sold on this granite. The blue pearl was the original granite. And I just knew this is it. I found what I want. And it's funny, you're stuck with one thing, then you get a good designer like Debbie who says, let's see what else is out there just in case. And we went to a seller's granite, and they had these huge slabs of granite. And Debbie and I went out there, and that blue pearl just, I thought it was going to work out. It did not, but we found the most beautiful granite that has a little bit of copper, so everything matches.
To use track lighting or not to use track lighting, that became the question.
I had this huge track lighting, something that you would see in a probably theater, movie, a playhouse. It was white tracking that was right on the beam, and every time I looked up there I thought, you know, that's a shame because this beautiful beam, I want that to be the attraction, but the beam, not the beam, but the lighting was the first thing that you would see. You'd lose the good character of my ceiling, so I was happy when that came down.
Heda wanted something different for her kitchen, something unique, so I introduced her to the Tin Man.
You know, I wanted something different, and Debbie said, well, I did this home in Raleigh, and I used this guy named Shane Smith, and he does metal work, and he's done, what is that called? Not aluminum, but stainless steel. I believe it's stainless steel. He does iron work, and he works with tin, and he has a nickname, the Tin Man, I know that. And he also does copper. So Debbie showed me a magazine that had a kitchen that she had just done, and it had a beautiful copper backsplash. And I thought, that's it. That's exactly what I want. It's just something different, and it'll give a whole new, be like a different texture in the kitchen. I like working with different textures. So that's how we decided on the copper, and she introduced me to Shane, and he brought his book and showed me some of his work, and it was just incredible. And I don't know exactly how he did the copper, but I did talk to him, and he said that he puts an acid wash on his copper, and he lays the copper up against the wall, leaning up against 2x4s, and he just lets it run. And every day he comes in to check on his copper, and it takes a different formation, just depends on which way the liquid runs. And then he clear coats it so it doesn't age, and it's beautiful. It's like a piece of art in my living room. I absolutely love it.